What if that morning cup of coffee could actually help rebuild those muscles we've been losing over the years? Stick around, because what's about to be revealed might just change breakfast forever. Welcome to Health Bloom, where health meets everyday wisdom. Today's episode tackles something that affects millions of us in our golden years: muscle loss. It's called sarcopenia, and it's sneaky. But here's the exciting part. There's a simple morning ritual that combines two things most of us already love, and it's backed by real science. Before diving in, if this kind of practical health information sounds valuable, hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated with more wellness discoveries that actually work.
The problem everyone's facing. Let's talk about what happens after hitting that big 5-0 milestone. The body starts playing tricks. Muscles don't bounce back like they used to. Getting up from a chair feels harder. Opening that stubborn jar lid becomes a mini workout. This isn't just about vanity. It's about independence, about continuing to do the things we love without depending on others. Here's what research from Harvard Medical School reveals. Nearly half of adults over 50 aren't getting enough protein to maintain their muscles. That's a staggering 46% of people unknowingly losing strength day by day. Think about climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or playing with grandchildren. All these simple joys depend on maintaining muscle mass.
The science behind muscle loss. The medical term is sarcopenia, which literally means poverty of flesh. Starting around age 30, muscle mass begins decreasing by 3 to 5% each decade. But after 60, that decline accelerates. The body becomes what scientists call anabolically resistant. Fancy words meaning it gets stubborn about building new muscle tissue even when protein is consumed. McMaster University conducted groundbreaking research showing that aging muscles need different nutrition strategies than younger ones. The metabolic machinery that converts food into muscle strength starts slowing down. It's like trying to start an old car on a cold morning. Everything needs a bit more coaxing.
Enter the coffee connection. Now here's where things get interesting. Coffee isn't just that beloved morning ritual anymore. Scientists have discovered that caffeine has unique properties that complement protein in ways that benefit aging muscles specifically. When whey protein gets combined with coffee, something remarkable happens at the cellular level. Recent studies published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that whey protein stands above other protein sources for seniors. Why? It's packed with leucine, an amino acid that acts like a key turning on muscle-building machinery. But here's the twist. When paired with coffee, the benefits multiply.
The morning muscle boost. Picture this morning routine. Brewing that favorite coffee as usual, but instead of adding sugar or regular creamer, mixing in a scoop of high-quality whey protein powder. What happens next is pretty fascinating. The caffeine from coffee helps blood vessels dilate, improving circulation throughout the body. Better blood flow means those precious amino acids from protein reach muscles faster and more efficiently. The protein provides building blocks, about 25 to 30 grams per serving, which is right in that sweet spot research recommends for older adults. Meanwhile, caffeine doesn't interfere with protein absorption, as some old myths suggested. In fact, studies from Texas A&M University confirmed that caffeine consumption shows no negative impact on muscle protein synthesis rates.
Timing matters more than we think. Here's something that might surprise many. When protein gets consumed matters almost as much as how much. Research on elderly participants doing resistance training revealed dramatic differences. Those consuming protein immediately after exercise showed significant muscle gains. Those waiting just 2 hours, their muscles barely responded. For the morning coffee protein combo, it's ideal timing. Most people naturally drink coffee within an hour of waking, which happens to be when the body is primed to use nutrients effectively. After overnight fasting, muscles are particularly receptive to protein intake. Add some light morning stretches or a short walk, and we've created an optimal environment for muscle maintenance.
The whey advantage. Not all proteins are created equal, especially when we're talking about aging muscles. Collagen supplements, despite their popularity, ranked poorly for muscle building in seniors, according to research from McMaster's Institute for Research on Aging. Plant proteins work, but they require larger amounts to achieve similar effects as whey. Whey protein isolate stands out because it's rapidly absorbed, usually within 30 to 60 minutes. It's also complete, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids our bodies can't make on their own. For someone weighing around 165 pounds, getting anywhere from 87 to 116 grams of protein daily is recommended. One protein coffee combo knocks out about a quarter of that requirement right at breakfast.
Real-world application. Making protein coffee isn't rocket science, but there are some tricks to getting it right. Temperature matters. Boiling hot coffee can make protein powder clump up into unappetizing lumps. The solution? Let coffee cool for about 2 minutes after brewing, or mix protein powder with a small amount of room temperature milk or water first, then add it to coffee. Flavor combinations matter too. Vanilla whey protein pairs beautifully with medium roast coffee. Chocolate protein powder creates something reminiscent of a mocha. Coffee-flavored protein powders are now available too, doubling down on that caffeine boost. Some folks use a small milk frother or battery-operated whisk to ensure smooth mixing. Makes a huge difference in texture.
Beyond just muscle tissue. The benefits extend beyond just muscle tissue. Adequate protein intake supports bone health, working alongside calcium and vitamin D to maintain bone density. This becomes crucial for preventing falls and fractures. Protein also supports immune function, helping the body fight off infections and recover from illnesses faster. There's also the satiety factor. Protein keeps us feeling full longer, which helps maintain a healthy weight. For those struggling with unwanted weight loss, a common issue among older adults, protein coffee provides calories and nutrition in an easy-to-consume form. For those watching their weight, it curbs appetite and reduces cravings for less nutritious snacks.
The exercise connection. Protein coffee works even better when combined with resistance training. Even simple exercises make a difference. Chair squats, light dumbbells, resistance bands. Exercise creates tiny tears in muscle fibers, and protein provides the raw materials to repair and strengthen them. Research shows that older adults who combine protein supplementation with regular strength training gain significantly more muscle mass and strength compared to those who only exercise or only increase protein intake. It's a synergistic effect. 1 + 1 = 3. What about caffeine concerns? Some worry about caffeine's effects, and that's valid. The recommended safe limit is around 400 milligrams daily for healthy adults, roughly equivalent to 4 cups of regular coffee. 1 cup with protein powder typically contains 80 to 100 milligrams of caffeine, well within safe limits. For those sensitive to caffeine, consider decaf coffee with protein powder. The protein benefits remain unchanged, minus the stimulant effects. Or stick to having protein coffee only in the morning, leaving plenty of time before bedtime to avoid sleep disruption.
Choosing quality products. Not all protein powders are created equal. Look for products that list whey protein isolate or concentrate as the first ingredient. Avoid powders loaded with added sugars, artificial sweeteners, or unnecessary fillers. Grass-fed whey is optimal when budget allows. It's cleaner and often easier to digest. Check for third-party testing certifications. Organizations like NSF International or Informed Choice verify that products actually contain what labels claim and are free from contaminants. This matters because some protein powders have tested positive for heavy metals or other unwanted substances.
Addressing common misconceptions. One myth that needs busting: high protein intake doesn't damage healthy kidneys. For people with existing kidney disease, medical guidance is necessary. But for healthy individuals, consuming 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight is perfectly safe and beneficial. Another misconception: protein powder is only for bodybuilders. Research clearly shows that older adults benefit tremendously from protein supplementation, especially when dietary protein intake is insufficient. It's not about building massive muscles. It's about maintaining functional strength and independence.
The long-term vision. Think about life at 70, 80, or 90. What does quality of life look like? Being able to travel, garden, walk without assistance, live independently? All of these depend heavily on maintaining muscle mass and strength. Starting this simple morning habit now invests in that future. Studies tracking older adults over several years found that those maintaining adequate protein intake and regular physical activity retained significantly more muscle mass and functional ability. They experienced fewer falls, recovered faster from illnesses, and maintained independence longer.
Making it stick. The key to any health habit is consistency. Keep protein powder next to the coffee maker as a visual reminder. Prep the night before by measuring out powder into a small container. Set a morning alarm labeled "Muscle Coffee Time" until it becomes automatic. Track progress not just by muscle size, but by functional improvements. Can stairs be climbed more easily? Does getting up from the couch feel smoother? These real-world measures matter more than any scale reading.
Combining with whole foods. Protein coffee shouldn't replace nutritious whole foods. Think of it as a supplement to a balanced diet rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and lean proteins from food sources. Have eggs for lunch, fish or chicken for dinner, and Greek yogurt as snacks. The coffee-protein combo simply helps meet daily requirements more easily. Spreading protein throughout the day matters too. Rather than loading up at dinner, aim for 25 to 35 grams at each meal. This keeps muscle protein synthesis elevated throughout the day, maximizing the body's ability to maintain and build muscle tissue.
Special considerations. For those on medications, especially blood thinners, check with healthcare providers before starting any new supplement routine. Some protein drinks contain vitamin K, which can interact with certain medications. People with diabetes should watch for added sugars in protein powders that might affect blood glucose levels. Digestive sensitivity is another consideration. Lactose-free whey protein isolate exists for those with dairy intolerance. Plant-based options like pea protein, though requiring slightly larger servings, work well for vegan diets or those avoiding animal products.
The community aspect. Many find success by making this a social activity. Morning coffee with a friend or spouse becomes muscle coffee time. Some senior centers now offer protein coffee socials, combining nutrition education with community building. Having accountability partners increases the likelihood of sticking with new habits.
Online communities dedicated to healthy aging share recipes, tips, and encouragement. Seeing others succeed with similar strategies provides motivation. Some people document their progress with photos or journals, celebrating milestones like carrying groceries with ease or hiking further than before. Cost effectiveness. Compared to medical bills from falls, hospitalizations, or loss of independence, protein powder is remarkably affordable. A quality container typically costs $30 to $50 and lasts about a month. That breaks down to roughly $1.50 to $2 per serving, less than a fancy coffee shop drink. Insurance doesn't usually cover supplements, but some health savings accounts allow purchases of protein powder with pre-tax dollars. It's worth checking with plan administrators. The investment in preventative nutrition often saves exponentially more in avoided healthcare costs down the road.
Scientific backing continues growing. New research emerges constantly. The European Society for Clinical Nutrition and Metabolism now officially recommends higher protein intake for older adults. The Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging publishes ongoing studies confirming protein's critical role in maintaining muscle mass with age. Universities worldwide are investigating optimal protein timing, sources, and combinations. The evidence keeps mounting that adequate protein intake isn't optional, it's essential for healthy aging. The coffee addition simply makes this critical nutrition more enjoyable and convenient.
So, there we have it, a simple morning habit that combines two things many of us already enjoy, backed by solid science showing real benefits for muscle maintenance in our later years. It's not a magic cure-all, but it's a practical strategy that works when done consistently, alongside staying active and eating well. If this information resonated, please give this episode a thumbs up and share it with friends or family members who might benefit. Drop a comment below sharing any experiences with protein coffee or questions about getting started. And don't forget to subscribe to Health Bloom for more evidence-based health tips that actually fit into real life. Remember, investing in muscle health today pays dividends in independence, vitality, and quality of life tomorrow. Here's to strong muscles, strong coffee, and strong futures. Until next time, keep blooming.